Thanks for coming back to Big Trouble in Little China from 1986. It was the Egg Shen here, the bus driver, played by Victor Wong. Now, a lawyer speaking to him asks about a Jack Burton and a truck he drives, and he's in debt to Jack Burton as the lawyer sees that Shen believes in magic and other magical things. And he gets his hands closer together and shows up a little thunder action.
This is Jack Burton in the Pork Chop Express, and I'm talking to whoever's listening out there.
We now meet Jack Burton, the truck driver, played by Kurt Russell, talking on the radio, and has made it to Chinatown, San Francisco, and now he's playing cards again against Wang Chi here, played by Dennis Dunn, and directed by John Carpenter. And Wang is angry that Jack won the first time and wants a rematch. So Wang lost again.
It's all in the reflexes.
Jack wants the money right away and doesn't mind following Wang to his restaurant to get it. But first, he got to stop by the airport to pick up Wang's girlfriend who has green eyes, and he's so in love right now. And here she has landed, Miao Yin, played by Susie Pai. And Jack now gets distracted by a girl at the airport, and Wang thought he was talking about Miao Yin. And now Lords of Death Gang, Chinatown are also here. Ha 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 ha. And now the girl yells at Tara here, and Wang calling for Miao Yin. And this guy brings up a knife at Jack and kidnaps Miao Yin. And the other girl grabbing Tara have also made it to the parking lot, and kidnappers have escaped. Jack and Wang are back on the highway, and Wang tells Jack that the girl he was eyeballing is a lawyer. Now a truck is blocking the way. Next scene we do see Egg Shen driving in Chinatown and since he's a tour bus driver, and now sees a big truck coming at the tour bus, and yeah, it's Jack and Wang, directing him to go down the alley. So Jack asks for directions.
Excuse me, ma'am. I don't suppose you saw...
Now sees a funeral happening in front of them, and now sees someone coming from behind, and he's played by Al Long, part of the Wing Kong guys, and they all have weapons. And even another one here played by Gerald Okamura, who does come back in Samurai Cop, you've seen that. And both gangs attack each other and are back standing, and Wang says that this is a Chinese standoff. And now see the standoff happen for the next minute, and they individually attack each other, and thunder, lightning, and rain have made it to the scene. Have all made it to the scene, and Wang just yells to get out of here. And Lo Pan has also made it here, played by James Hong, and tells him to not look at Lo Pan's blue lightning. And here come more gang members who kidnap Miao Yin and now runs off again. And I've made it here, and this guy tells the two to be quiet. And now here comes trouble as the three have crawled through here. And Jack wants his truck back, and I've made it to this Cantonese restaurant. Just him yelling on the phone as Wang tells his Uncle Chu here about Lo Pan. And here comes Eddie Lee, played by Donald Lee, the maitre d', to ensure Jack's truck back, since the Lords of Death Gang sold his truck. Here comes the same girl from the airport. Her name's Gracie Law, played by Kim Cattrall. And Gracie Law tells Wang that the Lords of Death handed Miao Yin to the White Tigers, and Wang needs cash to get her back, since he does have an idea. And Jack is instructed to go in as a goofball to get to the White Tiger, which is a hotel where pleasurable things happen. And Gracie Law switches cars right now to talk to Margot, and she's a reporter played by Kate Burton. And back inside the White Tiger Hotel, since Henry Swanson will be paying for pleasure, you know, the undercover Jack Burton, until the woman hears this.
What I really am sort of in the mood for is a girl with green eyes. And price is no object, Mrs. O'Toole. Fresh off the...
Miao Yin tied up in this room as Jack's now getting ready for some shagging. And now the building is shaking as Wang and Eddie see a green thing overpowering on the roof. And all the prostitutes are running outside. And all here comes thunder, rain, and lightning. And after kicking Jack out of the way, the three kidnap Miao Yin. And Gracie Law brings Jack as Wang knows Miao Yin must have been taken to Lo Pan, who we've already seen, and Margot steps in, and Jack just wants to know what's going on. And a light is flickering as Wang has to go to the Wing Kong exchange. So they pretend to go in as repair people, fooling the security here, and the writing on the door here.
What does that say?
小心燃油 hell the boiling oil.
You're kidding.
Yeah, Mrs. Keep on.
Here comes Gracie Law again, and Eddie tells her to keep quiet since Egg Shen is here, and he's here to help out to get to Lo Pan. And Wang has found a secret elevator. Meanwhile, Gracie Law is confused if Lo Pan is a ghost. Now Wang and Jack are trapped underwater since that's where the elevator led them. And now see a bunch of skeletons and also this guy and one of the three weather effects come in and bring these two in wheelchairs. And here comes Lo Pan again. This time he looks like he can't walk, but Jack wants his truck back, and Lo Pan mentions her here for Miao Yin, and he's excited. And Lo Pan even asks how Wang even met Miao Yin besides being lost in her green eyes. But Lo Pan needs Miao Yin for her eyes so he can become young again and will marry her afterwards, which is all part of some ancient thing. And shows surveillance camera footage of Eddie, Gracie, and Margot at the front, and one of the Weather Trio guys will give them a tour of the place.
Wrecked by now.
Don't give up, Jack.
Oh, okay, I won't, Wang. Let's just chew our way out of here.
And now their trap trip blindfolds on, and now Eddie translating what this tour guide is mentioning, and Jack manages to escape and gets Wang out. And tells Jack some info and have to get back to being tied and blindfolded. And the tour guide comes in with Eddie and hangs him, and Jack tries to escape as he can't. And Lo Pan is now back to his normal self and flies into the wall like a ghost. And sees Miao Yin, who's also ghostified. Meanwhile, the three, and now these two guys come out of nowhere, and Jack is excited that he shot someone for the first time. And we see Margot in prison here, and Gracie all tied up weirdly. And now these two make fools of these female assassins and got Margot out, and Jack wants to know where Gracie is. And Jack has released all the Chinese hookers and now Gracie, and they're all chasing after them and jumping back to the water, and Gracie's wondering where Jack is.
Follow the leader. 1, 2, 3. We may be.
And they all climb up and about to escape. So they escape, and these red eyes start spying on Jack, and Wang got the security. So they escape, and these red eyes start spying with Jack, and Wang got the security held up, and Gracie gets kidnapped by the big hairy arm. And they all escape in Egg Shen's tour bus as they forgot Gracie and Miao Yin. And some monster jumps down here and ends up in front of Lo Pan, and he sees Gracie also has green eyes. And Gracie just wants to see David Lo Pan. And apparently he's so obsessed with girls with green eyes, looks like any girl with green eyes would qualify for him to get back to his normal young self. And Lo Pan just laughs hysterically and back at Wang's uncle's restaurant as the Chang Sings are here to help, and Egg Shen hands him a gun and tells Marge to stay with Eddie.
All right. You got any guns?
Well, not against Lo Pan, but here's one for you. Make you feel better, like Dirty Harry.
Gracie now being in the same room as Miao Yin floating in the air, and here comes young Lo Pan, whereas the old one outside could be a clone, and I don't know. And yes, green eyes, same old obsession. And now it has a magic effect on Gracie. Have now made it to Shen's place and now swing down here, and they're underneath Chinatown. And now inside Lo Pan's royal room is one of the weather effects tries to hypnotize Miao Yin and doing his moves. While doing his moves. And Egg Shen giving the tour of the underground place, and these two girls with green eyes are, I guess, hypnotized. And the girls are now lifted up into the air by holding onto these swords as Lo Pan is moving them. And the power of the green eyes has been shown in Lo Pan's fantasy.
I will marry both women.
So meanwhile, Jack, Wang, and the others are seeing some rumbling from the water, and this monster comes out from the wall, and both green-eyed girls are ready to be married to Lo Pan as Gracie Law is back to normal and tries to wake up Miao Yin, and lightning here warms up. And Jack slips into his sardine room as Egg Shen starts telling the story of an emperor and put a curse on Lo Pan, and he has to marry a girl to appease the emperor and then to kill her afterwards. And Wang's now worried that Lo Pan will probably kill Miao Yin. And Wing Kong troops are outside all walking to Lo Pan's wedding, and now there's a gooey looking surveillance camera of Lo Pan's is watching Jack and Wang and the others. And Jack shoots it away, and now all these are drinking some smoky medicine to get a buzz back or something. And Jack feels invincible now, and I've made it to Lo Pan's wedding ceremony. And before Jack interferes with Lo Pan, he has to wait for Lo Pan to put in the love needle into Miao Yin, and now for battle. And there's a lot of battling. As Jack's about to shoot, his gun is broken. And Jack is now stuck, and Lo Pan has managed to drink Miao Yin's blood. And Egg Shen and Lo Pan having their neon battle. And just a lot of battling, and Gracie's back to tell Jack that they have to get to Lo Pan, and Wang's already ahead. And Jack finally kisses Gracie in the elevator, and now spot Lo Pan ready to sacrifice Miao Yin. And here comes Wang and are ready to beat this guy up.
Goodbye, Miss Burton.
Lo Pan is dead, and all they have to do now is escape, and he just blows up. And they all escape from the ceiling, and Lightning's still alive and have made it here, and sees Jack's truck is in perfect condition, so it was never sold, and grabs a spare key under the seat, and have made it outside here, and they're all at Wang's uncle's restaurant to celebrate for Wang and Miao Yin. and action's gotta go. And Wang hands Jack back his owed gambling money, and Jack's gotta go.
God, aren't you even gonna kiss her goodbye?
And that is Big Trouble in Little China from 1986. It's a goofy movie, didn't do too well at the box office. Not as good as They Live. I'll see you next time, and take care. See you soon and watch away. Hope you enjoyed this video. Pretty quick, pretty short. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. Once again, Happy New Year 2026. I'll see you in the next one.